Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today I'm going to be doing lid swatches of the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. I think that's going to be the most helpful and I'll explain why. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think, and if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? At this moment, I'm feeling a little behind on life, and that's okay, because we all feel like that at times, feeling a little overwhelmed, a little behind, and I wasn't able to get my video up when I wanted to, and so that always, I hate when I don't stick to my schedule, but you know, it's just tough right now. Boys are getting back to school, I'm adjusting. A lot going on, and life is lifing. So let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer, and let's get this party started. So I'm sure by now you've seen tons of reviews on the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette, which released I guess a couple of weeks ago now. I did purchase this myself from the Natasha Denona website. It was $69, and for some reason I had a $20 off in my account. I am a Natasha Denona affiliate, so you can save 15% if you use the code FRIZZFACE. And she did have a Labor Day sale, but you know I wasn't on this palette. There are some new formulas in this palette, and that's another reason that I wanted to do the lid swatches, just to see like, did they apply any different or feel any different. She's got her creamy mattes, but she also has a slip cream matte, and I think there's only one of those. She's got duochromes, multi-chromes, and metallics, and then she has the sparkling foil and the metal gloss eyeshadows. So I thought it would be nice to just see how the shades performed individually on the eye. And again, hoping that this helps if you have a similar undertone. I watched the video by Samantha March where she did the same thing, and I was like, oh, this would be cool if like somebody did this for every kind of undertone or skin tone, because it was my guess that this was going to be my perfect nude palette, more so than the I Need a Nude palette, which pulled cooler on me. So without further ado, let's get into the lid swatches, and I'll come back and do some looks with this palette in another video. So let's get to that now, and I'll be back at the end to let you know my final thoughts. All right, we're gonna get these lid shades going, y'all, or lid swatches. And we're gonna start with Soft Spot and Fancy. Now, Soft Spot is a creamy matte. It's a matte medium earthy brown, and Fancy is a metallic champagne. I'm wearing my About Face eyeshadow primer. I am gonna just take this Sigma fluffy brush. It is an E35, I'm sure. No, E40. Gonna build it up a little bit more. So this is Soft Spot. Really pretty for a one and done. And I'm gonna take my finger into Fancy, which is a metallic. No, it's fine, August. Okay. It's Fancy. Oh no, you're good, babe. And then I will zoom out. Again, Fancy is a metallic champagne. I'm gonna bring it up higher than I normally would, just so you can see what it looks like. Fancy, Soft Spot. So there's Soft Spot and there's Fancy. Soft Spot is the perfect transition shade. This is the perfect one and done for me. So this is going to be one of those really easy shades to use. And I think actually this palette's going to be full of one and dones if I haven't said it already. Honestly, I could just do Soft Spot with a little bit of Fancy in the inner corner. And this makes me want to sing the song, oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? You know that song? Nails done, hair done, everything. All right, y'all, let's get to the next two shades. All right, next two shades are going to be Mellow. No, I'm making spaghetti, and Phenomena. So Mellow is a creamy matte. It's a matte light peachy nude, and Phenomena is the multi-chrome, peach, pink, and green. All right, let's do it. I'm giving myself time in between each swatch, so I go do a task. So I'm making spaghetti right now. Then I'll figure out something else. So this is Mellow. So most likely for me, if you're my skin tone, This is going to be a beautiful blend out shade.
Brush my teeth after.
Eat what? Yeah.
Okay.
So there's Mellow. You can see it, but it's not gonna be anything. I mean, if you want to get a little flush of color, you can do that. And this is very peachy. Let's do Phenomena. Excited to see this one. Ooh. I think with the Natasha Denona dual chromes, I'll never forget when I did my trio chrome video and I called them diet multi-chromes, and that was rude. I went back and said that was rude. But I think for people, because here's the deal with multi-chromes, everybody's not comfortable with all the shiftiness, because the shiftiness, sometimes it can be like a dirty shift. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it just depends on what you like. And so I think that when Natasha does her shifts, they are in a more wearable way. So if you are getting into multi-chromes or something like that, it's like, it's going to ease you in. It's going to ease you down. It's going to ease you on down the road. You know what I mean? So you can see that shift there, I'm thinking, right there, right there. Oh, I really like this one, actually. It's very fiery, and I am a fiery multi-chrome, dual chrome girl or gal. Yeah, I like that. That's very warm. I love this, actually. This is going to be so beautiful as a spotlight. You can even use this as like an inner corner highlight. I have one from Terra Moons that I love to use in that way called Red Giant. If you know about Red Giant, let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom out so you can see what this looks like in real life. And here are the next two shades, which again are Mellow and Phenomena. And I'm trying to just give like a bunch of like angles, you know, like close up, far away, turning my head, so you know, because yeah, these palettes, the I Need a Nude palette, I'm sure I said this already, leans so cool. And I think a video like this would have been helpful for me to see like what it would look like on my medium skin tone. So yeah, these are the two shades, and now I'm gonna go check on the spaghetti. I'll be back in a sec for the next two. All right, so next we have the shades Ripe and Elm. Ripe is a creamy matte, and Elm is a foil. Spaghetti's done, working on the garlic bread. All right, this is like, let me see the description of Ripe. It is a matte light medium peach brown. Elm is a sparkling foiled light bronzy nude. I think you can see Ripe a lot better than Mellow. It's a nice peachy shade. What did they say it was? I forgot that fast. Peach brown, yeah. This is one I would use for one and done, for sure. Build it up a little more. All right, there's Ripe. And now we're gonna go with Elm. So just so you see, here's Elm, here's Fancy. So this one is a little more, it says, what's it say? Sparkling foil light bronzy nude, and Fancy was metallic champagne. I mean, I don't know, this one looks a little more golden. Let's build it up a little. So I don't know, Fancy's a metallic, Elm is a foil. I haven't swatched this palette, so let's just see like what the difference is, since that's what we're doing in this video. So there's Fancy, which is a metallic. Elm is a foil. I don't know the difference. For me, they both look metallic. I mean, they look like the same formula. I'm sweating a little bit, but either way, these are the next two shades. August is outside. One of the neighbors is having like a birthday game truck, so I'm keeping an eye. I love this shade. That right there, just one and done. That's kind of what I would normally do for work, like if I'm not filming a video. And this is just like the other one, spotlight shade or inner corner highlight shade. So I think this is gonna be like your basic bitch palette in the best way. That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, I've only done, what, 6 shades, but that's the vibe I'm getting. So let's get to the next two. All right, next two shades. We are looking at, let me see, Snug and Vim. Okay. So Snug is Okay, Snug is a metal gloss. It is a soft bronze. And Vim is a matte, deep, warm brown. It's a creamy matte. All right, I am going to, well, obviously, with my finger, Snug. And this is the newer formula, I believe. I mean, it don't feel like nothing. Okay. I'm sorry. Because my thing is like, these new formulas, I'm like, just give me the cream to powders. Like, it took me long enough to like the cream to powders. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be doing for me. Let me just make sure I read this correctly. So, I mean, Tasha, you're going to have to explain. You know what? I didn't watch Tasha's video. I know she had one. I'm not sure about the difference with the metal gloss. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people are into like, oh my gosh, it's a new formula. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Unless it's doing something different. I mean, this is a shimmer. I don't know what else to say. Let's go into Vim. Vim is, yeah, metal gloss soft bronze. I don't know what metal gloss means. Maybe I'll explain that in the beginning. But right now, we're going to go with Vim, which is a creamy matte. It's a matte, deep, warm brown. So far, I feel like the most unique formula from Natasha Denona are her matte cream to powders. Because I'm an indie girl, like a big indie girl, and I love Tasha. Tasha might be my favorite brand and favorite eyeshadow formula, but that's the most unique formula that she has, is the cream to powder mattes that I had to grow to love, but I really do like them a lot. So let me know what you think, because all this other stuff, wet effect, all this stuff, like, it's not giving me anything. So now, I like this shade though. This is beautiful, and it's nice little rich chocolatey brown. Very pretty. Nice little shade that's gonna be good for smokiness on some tones, not every tone. But this could be my smoke shade. But it diffuses out nicely. Like, to me, this could be like a little smoky one and done. I'm trying to like do that so you can see. Let me zoom in a little more so you can see. So that's the metal gloss Snug, which I thought I don't know, when I think of gloss, I mean, I'm glad it's not like a gloss, but I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't even realize that this palette had these new formulas, or maybe it's just one formula, a new formula. I don't know. I haven't really done any research on it. So let's zoom back out so you can get the realistic picture. So yeah, those are the next two shades. I mean, these shimmers they're not like the shimmiest, which is fine. Like, I don't need it to be that. But I just don't want people to get like all, you know, up in arms about new formulas, because a lot of us makeup enthusiasts, as soon as we hear like, oh, she hasn't come out with this before, that's so smoky. Like, oh, she hasn't come out with this before, I have to try it. I mean, I don't feel like it's a must try. That's what I'm trying to say. Her cream to powders, to me, those are a must try. The metal gloss, like, okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You know what? Metal gloss, reflective high foil finish. Let's go to the next two shades. I love Tasha. I mean, this palette's gonna be great for me, but I'm not noticing the difference in the metal gloss shade. I keep looking to see, like, did I swatch the right one? Let me just check one more time. Snug, metal gloss. Let me just make sure. Snug is a metal gloss. Yeah, it's a metal gloss soft bronze. All right, next two shades. Once again, your girl did not turn the mic on, but we're going to be doing the shades Push and Fervor. Now, Push is a sparkling foiled medium rusty rose gold, and Fervor is going to be a matte medium warm caramel. So let's get this on the lid. I'm going to be using my finger to apply the shade Push, and I'm going to be using a Sigma brush to apply the shade Caramel. All right, probably had to do a voiceover for that because my mic wasn't on. And I'm using primer each time, just so you know. So Push, and I love that. That's really nice. Fervor. Let's back it up. So these are pulling very nude on me. so far. Like, this is my I Need a Nude palette. They are a bit peachy. They are warm leaning, but they're not super warm. And I'm sure you've seen a ton of reviews already, because mine's not gonna be the first one. But I'm hoping that this will help you if you have the same undertone, if you're just coming into this. We have 5 more shades to go. So apparently I'm trying to save battery power. I don't know. But we're going to be going into Pep and Homie. Once again, my mic is off. Now, Pep is going to be a matte, deep, warm brown. And Homie is going to be a metal gloss, one of the new formulas. That's going to be a metal gloss warm nude. So right now I'm using a brush and I'm going into Pep, which is that matte, deep, warm brown. All right, now I'm taking my finger and I am applying the next shade, which is Homie. This is the Metal Gloss Warm Nude. It just feels like a shimmer to me, but those are those 2 shades. Once again, sorry y'all about the mic situation. I don't think we'll have that issue for the rest of the video. So let's get on to the next 2 shades. I see that once again I had to do another voiceover, so I'll make sure I have the mic on for the next 3 shades. Sorry. All right, we are going into the next 2 shades, which are going to be Hanker and Dynamism. Let me put this brush away because they're both shimmers. Hanker is a metallic medium dark golden brown, and Dynamism is actually a duochrome. It's a medium brown with green specks. Okay, that's a surprise. So let's see what we see. So that's Hanker. I'm gonna put one more. This one feels, I don't know, really creamy. I'm not saying it's different than the others, but it's just something I'm noticing. So that's Hanker. Dynamism. This duochrome. Hold on, let me just see what's going on here. Natasha, goodbye. No, it's not, but okay. She said it's a duochrome. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna stand beside it. Bring it up so y'all can see it. Hey. Let's zoom out, because when I zoom in, it's a bit deeper. That way y'all can see what it looks like for real, for real. I don't. I see what they mean by duochrome. So it is. I mean, duo, two shifts. I can see it. It's a duochrome. It's a kind of a, what did they describe it as? Hold on. Medium brown with green specks. So I see that. I don't know if I would call them green. I would call them gold. So I see what they mean by that. And I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. And that one's nice too. So here are the 2 shades from Afar, and we have 1 more left. I'm not even going to give no time. I'm going to take this off and put on Flashover, which I'm excited about because that's supposed to be the Slip Cream medium clay brown, and that's a brand new one as well. So let me take this off and we're going to get to the last one. All right, we are going to do the very last shade, which is the Slip Cream. So that is the shade Flashover here. And this is a Slip Cream matte, and it's a medium clay brown. This almost feels like the cream to powder, and it's really, really smooth. It doesn't feel like the cream to powder. I don't know, it's different. But if you look at it, it almost looks satiny or shimmery. So let's see. I'm gonna just put it on with my finger on both eyes. Actually, I'm gonna do my finger with one hand and then we'll do a brush with the other. I'm trying to think. This would be the closest thing to the cream to powders. I know I said that like 3 times. So my thing is, like, we didn't even need this format, I guess. And build it up a little bit if possible. I don't feel like you can really build these that much. For this, it almost feels like you need a denser brush. Actually, all right, I have it on a, like, what do you call it, shimmer, a lid shader. And you know what? It reminds me of a cream to powder because that's how my cream to powders look when I use them. They look exactly like that. They look hard panty, but they're not. So look at that. That went on, ooh, okay. I didn't think it was gonna go on that easily. So this texture almost feels like the brush is not gonna pick it up, but it does. It really does pick up. So that's what I learned about the cream to powders. So I think this is very, very close. I like this a lot. You can diffuse it out. I mean, look how far it's diffusing out. I'm not saying that's how I would wear it, but I don't mind that at all. I like this one actually. So that's what it looks like. I'm not gonna do any looks in this video. I'm gonna do looks in another video, but I wanted to do this, you know, to help anybody who was considering it, and for people who may not like super warm palettes like the Natasha Denona bronze palette, but maybe the nude palette was too cool. So you probably should just go ahead and get into my initial final thoughts about I Need a Warm. My initial thought is I don't like these names. But let's go ahead and get into my thought about the formula and the palette itself and the color story. All right, so I do hope those lid swatches were helpful. It's a lot. I haven't done a video like that in a while. So I have the I Need a Nude palette, and I don't know, I think I did a Do We Still Love Her with this one, but I need to do another one because I'm still not sure if I love it. All right, so yeah, looking at these, I don't know. This is just more nude and peachy, and it's nude, but it's just cool tone. So let me know your thoughts on that. How did the I Need a Nude palette pull on you? I don't know what the best way is to show these, but yeah, I don't know. This is just a little cool. Now I also have my baby bronze. This was my first Natasha Denona palette, and you know, this one has a lot of heat to it, and this one is super warm. So I know that's not everyone's fancy. Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring out my baby Biba. I have to go get Biba. So there we go with the warm palette. So, I mean the bronze palette with the warm palette. So you can see this one is a lot warmer, a lot more fiery. And then I also brought out the Glam Face palettes, just in case you were interested. Just tried to pull out anything that had a more neutral color story. And like I said, I still have to get Biba. So that's the deep palette. So I think that one's a little warmer and a little richer, just a little bit. Yeah, I think this one has some more depth to it, less shades of course. And then I also have the light palette because I needed both. And that one's really similar to the warm palette. Okay, let me go get my baby Biba, and then we'll end this thing. One of my Biba shades is, oh my God, y'all see it? This Biba has had it, y'all. So I can't even hold these up side by side. Let me just look. Because between this one and the spot shade, the shades are they're just falling out. But I'll just tell you what I think. I think the Biba shades are warmer, and I do think that the browns and the clay type shades are a little richer. And then of course you have the grays and the black. So that one does make it different, but I've said this before. I wish she just made a midi Biba. A lot of people, including me, absolutely love Biba, and this is one of their favorite palettes. So I think a midi version would be great. So yeah, there's that. And lastly, I have the Glam palette, and I just think Glam is just totally different altogether. So overall, I mean, you know what she could have done? she could have pulled a Sydney Grace where she had maybe 2 versions of the same palette. I don't know how to phrase it, but I'm just not sure if we need all of these Anita palettes. And I love me some Tasha, so for me to say that, I mean, I'm really trying to think this through. Maybe it's the names of the palettes. Maybe that's what I'm not sure about, because like I said, I Need a Nude. This is my I Need a Nude palette. This warm palette, this is the perfect one for me. The other one is just, I don't even know what we would call it. Like if I could call it something else. And this one actually, she could have even called this one maybe I Need a Peach. It's very peachy. Now I really like the palette, right? It is the perfect nude palette, but maybe it's the naming of these palettes that I don't like. The I need a this, I need a that, because I think she's gonna come out with a I need a something else. And I don't know if, I don't know if I like the naming, but I do like this palette. I like it much better than the I Need a Nude palette. So you'll have to let me know what you think about it. Like, are you tired of the names? Do you feel like this is redundant? Could she have just called this or made a mini Biba and we would have all been happy? Because that's what I'm kind of thinking. Are we running out of ideas? Is that the case? Let me know. I can't have Tasha go downhill. I'm just letting y'all know. It already happened with Pat, and I just can't have Tasha do it too. I can't have Tasha go downhill. Almost forgot to edit something in. I just wanted to say lastly about the I Need a Warm palette is I don't really see anything special about the new formulas. I just wasn't really impressed by them. Don't get me wrong, Natasha Denona has one of my very favorite eyeshadow formulas, like out of everybody. But I really do like the cream to powder mattes. I missed having those in this palette. And I do think that the slip cream matte or whatever that was, I think it's similar, but I don't know, like just give me what I love. That's all. The metal gloss, I mean, I don't really feel like any of those were great. So I don't think that the shimmers, I don't think anything in this palette stands out from any other Natasha Denona palette. It's a great formula, but the new formulas didn't really wow me. They were just great, like the other ones are. So I didn't really see much of a difference is what I'm trying to say. So let me know your thoughts on this palette if you purchased it and what you think about it. And also please let me know if the lid shade swatches helped. So I didn't even swatch the palette, so I just thought that would be helpful, and I will do some looks with it. But I don't know, in case you were trying to make a decision and if you had a similar skin tone, I thought this would help you decide how the palette would lean on your skin. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Go on,